This season now, where do you rate your defensive backfield, and what do you think of their performance so far now that you've had a chance to kind of look at what their body of work is so far?
Well, I think that we've made a lot of good plays. I think that this last ball game we gave up way too many explosive plays. We gave up 5 in the passing game, and I would say 3 out of the 5 were missed tackles. 1 was a missed assignment, and those are things that we can't afford to happen. They can't happen, and so we've got to improve on that. But I said, prior to this last ball game, that we've been pretty solid as far as the missed, not that many missed tackles. We were really good with yards after the catch, but we gave up too many big plays this last game.
Now that you have a week of not working on a specific team, and you do have 3 games for body of work to look at tape, how important is this for those young guys in the defensive backfield to grow this week, now that you can take a moment to kind of look at improving them, not just preparing them?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're evaluating what we've done for 3 games, and we're going to give the young guys more reps this week, and give them an opportunity to improve on some of the things that schematically that they're behind a little bit on, and give some of the older guys a little bit less reps. So hopefully that'll help them feel more confident and give us an opportunity to possibly give them more reps.
Ladero got the pick, Todd got the start Saturday. Where's that competition at safety between those 2?
I think it's healthy. I think it's good. I think that the more competition we have, the better we are as a defense, and it's all about developing depth, and really at every position. And Ladero had an unbelievable game. He had an unbelievable impact in the special teams, along with defense, and we just played the hot guy, and that's what he played more reps because he was playing really well.
Was playing close to home a factor for him, you think, at all?
I don't know. I mean, I think Ladero's matured a lot, and this being his 3rd year, he's played a lot of football, and he's improved. He's made the biggest improvement since we've been here, and it's due to all the hard work he's done. He's put a lot of work into it, and he's invested a lot of time, and it's good to see his results.
What part of his game has improved the most?
I think that the understanding of what we do schematically, I think he feels more comfortable in doing that. But Ladero's a physical player. He's a good tackler in space, and you need that obviously in the secondary and on special teams. He's just been a lot more consistent, making plays.
Is it disappointing that the explosive plays came from missed tackles at this point in the season?
Yes. Again, and we're playing. We were playing a really good football team, and I think that had something to do with it too. So we're not giving any excuses, and certainly not giving them any less credit. But we just got to do a better job, and again, there's a lot of good things that we did in the game. We made a lot of plays too, but again, in the secondary, you can't make those plays. You can't allow the play to be bigger than what it really was. You had 10-yard routes that turned into 40 yards. You can't do it, and we got to play obviously more with a lot better leverage throughout the whole game, and not allow those things to happen, because obviously that's a cancer on defense.
Kam Suns is really starting to make a name for himself nationally and become more on the national radar. What have you seen? How has he progressed through these first 3 games, and compare it to his play last year too?
Cam's been very consistent. He's improved in all aspects of his game. From a physical standpoint, from a tackling standpoint, he's always done well with the ball in the air. He's got excellent ball skills. And he understands our defense a lot better, so he feels more confident. We let him do more things. Where last year we were a little bit more reserved, just let him do what he knows, or don't give him too much. And now we feel a lot more comfortable in him doing a lot more, playing both sides of the field. So and he's confident, and he's become a great leader, and more vocal, and which he needed to be, and he needs to be more vocal, but he's a lot better doing that.
And maybe the one missed tackle from Mike Williams on one of those Oklahoma touchdowns. How has he performed this season? Have you been?
Again, we've been very pleased because, I mean, he's a walk-on, come here and didn't come through spring. He obviously was in track, and for him to come out here and compete at the level he's competing and against, some of his teammates that are pretty good players, speaks for itself, So again, he's been very consistent. He obviously has continued to improve in his game, and he'll be the first one to tell you that, whether it's tackling or whether it's playing the ball in the air. But we like his consistency, we like his energy, and he's a good teammate.
Has his competitive spirit always been that high? It looks like just as you watch film, he's always, excited, always running his mouth.
It's one of the traits. It's one of the traits that makes him who he is, and that's why I'm saying he's a very good teammate. He plays with a lot of energy. He gives great effort, and he's made some plays for us too. So in times when we needed him to. So he just, again, he's. I'm glad, very, very, very happy that he's with us. I can tell you that.
You may have asked this already, but with Todd Kelly early in the game, was that just a freshman making a freshman moment there? It looked like maybe on one of those touchdowns Todd had maybe misread something.
No, I think that again, he's doing really well. He made some really good plays for us, and I think it was more of Ladero McNeil making the plays that he was making on special teams, and he's been progressing so well, with his game on both on defense and special teams that just went with a guy that was making a lot of plays in space, and that was it. That was the reason why. Absolutely.
Well, as we went back and watched that game, where some of the big